So like, how often am I going to be using Whirling Axes is the real question. So this is what Clockwork can do to a melee carry, or even like a short range carry that Troll can be. It's just he's like faking the cogs this whole time. So I finally got him to bait him out, but he even got hit by the cogs anyway because the hitbox on those is so dumb. But yeah, no. So I'm basically out of mana, and I knew that right when I hit level 7. I just had this much mana. So instead of leveling up the ability that takes mana, I just thought Fervor was by far the best for farming and for just like trading with the Clockwork. So this is what Troll can do. Like I literally almost killed him just with right clicks. If I had any mana, I would have for sure killed him. But I mean, I hit for like 114 damage with a chance to bash and lifesteal. Like the trades are amazing. You gotta exert your dominance as a hero like Troll. That's why he's so good in the meta right now. He's just so good at laning. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of just pulling ahead in CS at this point. Once you have phase boots, it's almost impossible for any hero in the game to outlast hit you, and that's your job as Troll. Like heroes that are good at that, you have to abuse that. That's what makes them good. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just continuing to. I usually leave it at a Morbid Mask. I got the Ring of Aquila just for some mana regen to be able to use Whirling Axes like that. Looks like we're gonna try to go for a kill, but I think we decide not to because the Clockwork has a certain rune bottle, maybe? No, never mind. I thought it was just because we thought it was a risky kill. I think Brax actually had a haste. I'm just an idiot. Brax just thought we might be able to wrap around him. But me constantly pushing in the lane makes this Clockwork relatively safer. But this is the threat of IO Wisp. So I actually managed to get out here, barely. And the threat came in, but just that lifesteal plus phase boots alone, and I was able to survive. This game in particular, I just went Helm of the Dom for the sake of just going into the jungle and lifestealing. Like I just thought it was actually more important in this kind of game. I saved the wolf. Like people ask me why I go Yasha before I go Helm of the Dom. I usually do that, but right here I just thought it was better to have the wolf as soon as possible because I didn't have much mana and I could just AFK hit creeps. And I mean, what hero farms faster than 170 damage with like a bonus max attack speed, 120 attack speed on certain creeps than Troll Warlord? Like nobody farms faster. So I really like to look at the XP and net worth. So yeah, we're just out farming them. That's what Chen does. That's what Troll does. Like he just wins his lane. Chen shuts down the enemy team by going into their jungle like he did and getting some kills bottom. So we're just like way ahead of him right now. What ends up happening is, as Troll, you definitely want to try to get a Roshan early game. And we get my level 11 here. And this is also why I maxed Fervor, because I knew we were going to go for an early Rosh. So I just got to keep pressure on my lane. It makes the Clockwork stay here. That's like the biggest thing that people don't understand is like you say you AFK farm, but I'm actually keeping pressure on this lane. The fact that there's nobody guarding this tells a lot about what their team's doing. Either they're all together or they're trying to kill us. So like even if we're not doing anything, we wouldn't try to go for a kill because we see none of them on the map. But me pushing out that lane forces Clockwork to stand here and guard it, and so we know where one of their people is. Whatever. So we go and smoke Rosh. We got my level 11 on Troll. We waited for the flare to go away. He had just flared Rosh. I shouldn't have popped my ulti this early. I thought we could kill Roshan faster than this. So he flared us again. They have a blink Meepo. And he nets me out of range of that freaking Aegis, so I couldn't pick it up. I got the last hit on Rosh, but I couldn't pick up the Aegis. This was kind of a disaster of a fight. I'm actually going to go back here. And regular speed it. So like if you look closely, like he nets me so I can't actually get the Aegis. So he takes the Aegis, but I think we actually clean up pretty well here. But it's pretty much it's kind of like a semi-disaster because I buy back thinking that this is a fight we can take, and they've committed. Like should I buy back? Should I buy back? And I got told yes because I thought it was a good idea as well. So I buy back, and then they managed to disengage without me getting anything off of it, which really sucks. So, oh, that's what happened! Oh my god. I'm actually extremely curious about this. Okay, so directed player perspective. I remember being like, where the fuck did the Clockwork go? I actually want to... Okay. Okay, I just bought back. I need my player perspective. Wait. Was I just not... Man, am I really that bad? Holy shit. Was my player's perspective just on the... Yeah, so I saw the clockwork for like a split second. I was probably using my minimap. Wow. That's why you look at replays for screw-ups like that. I should have killed that clockwork. I didn't even think he went that way. That's funny. That's just some bad play right there. But everyone messes up, I guess. That's actually really funny, though. So I bought back and didn't get anything out of it, and we didn't even get the Aegis. Nobody got the Aegis, but having the Aegis on Troll's so crucial. Like, you can just do whatever the hell you want for 5 minutes. And as a hero like Troll that farms so fast, that's such a big deal. But usually my Troll builds get 2 points fervor and then the max is Q, just for the movement speed and the bash duration. But yeah, just I started doing Ancients. He starts flaring the Ancients continuously and like threatening to go on me. And the problem with this kind of game is that they have a IO tiny, so Clockwork technically hooking onto me means that I'm getting ganked by 3 people. So I try to farm this as safely as possible. But he keeps flaring me, so I'm kind of like having to be paranoid because I can see him across the river here. And I know he's looking. So I set the... My goal here is, like I say every other game, is just farm safely. And of course, unlike in pubs, my team's not just going to relentlessly feed. So that's pretty important. But now I just go... I was going to go Yasha BKB. That was like the plan because I figured I really needed a BKB early. And then we end up taking a good fight where I get sprung up to like 3k gold where I can go like Sanjin Yasha and get a Ogre Club on top of it. Which is pretty big deal. My team, we are talking about our mistakes. We talked about how the fact that we got eager for kills, that we couldn't, like, we wanted to go on people. Like, we went on the Meepo, I think, or something, and then, but it wasn't a quick kill, so instead we get a Wisp Tiny TPing onto us, and they get a 3-for-1, which is a pretty big deal in terms of, like, giving a Wisp Tiny that kind of space. So now I just go back and farm the jungle. That's really, like, what I'm going to be doing most of the time in terms of like I just need to get my farm up, need to make sure I'm getting up my key items. Right now I was kind of scared because most of the time if you were in like a pub game you'd have to have a BKB as Troll. This is something I'm still learning about though. Like my team was talking to me about the fact that we have like a Chen ultimate plus mech, so I basically have a ton of health. So instead of going for waiting till BKB so that I can fight, that I just have to be there to help the team, and that's something I'm still getting used to, is knowing when I can help the team, because in pubs it's very different than when it is in pro games. So we're gearing up to push mid. We think we're strong. Basically a free tower, even though he already has a wolf. So that tier 1's really important, for the sake of, 1 second here, I'm going to rewind. For the sake of map control, and especially Roche Pit. That's pretty funny. You can see a Disruptor ulti over there. So we take this fight. I think we take this fight. It ends up going decently, I believe. I think this is the fight I'm talking about. There are a lot of games today, so it's not all clear. But I get really sidetracked. I'm like a freaking chicken with my head cut off trying to kill this Wisp, and then my whole team's fighting over here, dying to a Meepo, and this Wisp has just been like kiting the shit out of me, and then I barely don't kill her. So that was like, I played horribly that fight. I didn't do anything properly for my team. I zoned out the Wisp Tiny, sure, but I could have been helping my team kill, like, dealing with this Meepo. But this is a little bit of a redemption here. This Meepo manages to die to me as a, like, for no reason. That's the power of Whirling Axes on Troll, making Meepo miss. I think we actually get this guy too. Do we? No, we don't. There's one point where I do chase a Clockwork down, so this is another point where I'm like, I can't defend this tower. I don't have any mana. They can just go on me, but like my team's gonna back me up. So they were like kind of telling me like, yeah, you got to defend this tower. You can't just let them have a free tower. Knowing your limits is like a really tough thing in pro games. It's so different. Like that's the thing that just comes from experience. So yeah, farming Ancients as much as possible on a hero that can do it's very important. But yeah, so I was just going to go straight BKB like I said, but that fight was really good for me even though it wasn't the best fight that I executed, but I didn't die and I got basically a solo kill on the Meepo. So I use my ulti there to help them get a kill bottom. That's just the power of Troll. Like a lion and a phoenix just killed a Clockwork. That's pretty awesome. Like even a pretty farmed Clockwork. So yeah, I went Sanjin Yasha plus Ogre Club. I just really needed a BKB. The problem with Troll versus Tiny is that like Tiny's Craggy is just so good against heroes that attack fast. Because obviously it's just a % chance, so half the time you'll just be stunned. So you have to buy a BKB just for that purpose. Otherwise I can't actually kill Tiny. Oh, I should be fast forwarding. Sorry guys. I'll put it on 2 times. So at this point, as long as I see a couple of them on the map, I know I can be farming. I just have to be wary of where Clockwork is, because if I get gone on by Clockwork, then obviously the Whiff's Tiny will just TP in. So it's really hard to play this kind of game as a troll, because you're so vulnerable at almost all times, because if you get caught up by even a Meepo, then I can get TP'd on. So it's just kind of a scary game. So I send my wolf in to check the Roche pit. We see that it spawns. That's kind of like going to be the big fight. The next big fight is the Roche pit, and both teams know it. So both teams start gearing up for Roche. Meepo's pushing out top. Comes back bottom. Like everyone's kind of setting themselves up for Roche fights. So our goal is that we push out bottom lane and then loop into their jungle, take control, like force the tower bottom, like establish control on this part of the map, and then take Roche. Like that was the plan. You saw fucking Mad drew a little arrow. So now that we didn't even have to push the tower, we took over their jungle and then just went straight in. But obviously they're going to contest us, and I'm just going to let this go. I didn't have BKB yet, and I was still nervous, but my team told me to commit. I think I actually get this Aegis. Yeah, I do, which is a pretty big deal. I should probably slow down the fight again and rewind. Whoop, sorry guys, I'm getting better at this still. We're still working on it. So this is another, comes down to the wire Roche. Like, how do you practice this kind of shit? So I managed to pick up the Aegis, which is then get craggied. Go ahead and zoom out. So we managed to pick up the IO right away. That's pretty important. Like, he blew his finger, which is totally worth to kill the IO. So now, like, we spun out of control after this Aegis pickup. And that's just the power of Chen. You saw I was like half HP, and now I'm just like full fighting them. So that was basically like the big turning point of the game. We just got 5,500 XP and 3k gold in one fight at the 25-minute mark, which is still relatively early.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow, how far can you go out in this shit? That's crazy. But yeah, this is what Roche Aegis does. Like, it allows us to just shove mid. My ulti here just to force out, a glyph when I do it. Yeah, so that forces out a glyph, which will set up for the next push. So we immediately back up, and we know that the next time we want to hit their tower, we'll be able to just commit to it with no glyph. So even though we didn't get the tower there, it's important that we did that. So now Brax has been having a rough game. He has like a 25-minute Orchid, but he came back a lot after that fight. 25-minute Orchid meaning like plus a couple items. And then he kind of turns it around in the 4th game. He's like 17-0 or some garbage. So at this point, once again, I'm just farming. I buy a Blink because I need some way to close the gap on the 2 squishy supports that have massive frontliners for them. So the only way to get on top of them is a Blink. So Blink on Trolls is pretty legit, I think. It's also a really good farming item in terms of just allows you to be so mobile around the map. So we go ahead and smoke. Or they smoke behind me. Because if we're all missing, it's pretty obvious. I just be bullied to this Meepo. I only know I can do that because even though my team's not naturally behind me, I'm pretty sure he would think, why would this troll do that if there was nobody behind him? So the last push set up for that free tower mid, which is pretty important. And now, like, they're not defending, so we're just going to wail on their tier 3. But they have a sheep stick, which we did not know on Meepo, which just wrecks our Storm Spirit. But I managed to man up on these guys, lose my Aegis, but we get out. So the initiation was pretty strong on their part. Like, they went on our Storm with a sheep, which was just really, like he just bought the sheep. We didn't know he had it. Like, we knew he was close, but we didn't know he had it yet. So they initiate on us by going on the Storm, who's obviously, like, the most difficult to lock down target. But this is what the power of the BKB does. I focus down the Meepo, which is pretty important. He's one of their highest damage dealers. Then the Disruptor's next. Even though he's ulted, it's like he's still a very squishy hero that you want to focus his supports if possible. But yeah, I can't really man up on a Tiny, but I kind of had to try since I had an Aegis. And I thought we might be able to take this fight. But that's the power of the Aegis. It allows you to push high ground pretty safely. The only problem was Brax getting ultied there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So this is like one of those indecisive moments where I'm still learning. Like we're still like, are we committing? Are we doing it? Or what are we doing? And now we're all about half HP, and we know we can't do anything, so we all back off. And the thing about Wisp Tiny is if you lose one major fight with no buyback, they'll just take your entire base in like 50 seconds. So instead, I just go back to farming. It's the best thing you can do. I don't know why I still have Sanj and Yasha in quick buy. It's really weird. Back to farming. Dominated another wolf for efficiency. That's basically all you can do. I think I go Satanic or Butter here. I know I go both eventually. At this point in the game, though, I'm just a frontliner. Like, I just need to be tanky. I just need to survive. So I don't really need any damage items. People ask, like, why no MKB? Why no Daedalus? Like, I'll do plenty of damage. Oh yeah, I buy this Eagle Song, and I wasn't sure if that was worth it. This is one of those moments, like, what if I hadn't bought this Eagle Song? This just goes to show how important this was when I buy this Eagle Song. Because we end up engaging right here. We see this Meepo. I go on him with a BKB, or I don't even, yeah, I BKB now. Kill the Meepo. This Eagle Song is paying off massive dividends. I just man up on this Tiny. I think I get him. If I don't, I get the Disruptor for sure. Okay, I get the Disruptor and the Clockwork. That's what ends up happening. So now I have a Blink. I didn't manage to get the Tiny, but I basically made him not fight at all. Chased after the Disruptor, got him too. That Eagle Song paid so much dividends, so much dividends right there. Like I wasn't even sure if it'd pay off. But that 25 agility, 25 damage, 25 attack speed definitely did work in such a quick engagement where I had to burst down the Meepo in a BKB duration, etc. That's why Troll's so good against Meepo, though. Usually, if you just get one bash, you can just focus down one Meepo and he just dies. So that allows us to push high ground. I think we get racks here. I really hope we get backs. We either get racks or force buybacks. I think I actually die here, and we barely get racks. I didn't think they had fort right there. That's why I ulted, which is unfortunate. At this point, we know they're almost up, so we just want to commit to racks, and we almost don't get it. I get sheeped. Like I'm like the new Storm Spirit. I just get sheeped and die. But Brax went back in and got it, which is really important because the melee racks obviously regens. I re-engaged just a bit late, which was really stupid of me. I should have gone in sooner. Like, this is one of those like clutch decisions that I was hesitant, and like I try to tell people, crisp decisions are so important. My Phoenix has their egg up, and I'm back here with my blink off cooldown. Right now, I should have blinked. Right now. Instead, I waited like an extra 2 seconds, got my Phoenix killed, because if you give them mischance, it makes them miss the egg. The egg was almost done. The egg comes off, they all get stunned. We probably are able to kill them all. Instead, I died of Cogs like an idiot. And Storm Spirit dies too, but we did get a Rax. But still, that's one of those things that like may not seem like much, but that extra second that I took to blink made huge difference. Then they actually whisked TP on top of our chin because of this ward that they have. Fucking Mad was like, where the hell is the ward they have that see me right here? He was pissed. Rightfully so. That was a really random ward at this point in the game. So now we got a Rax, but it is a Wisp Tiny, so you can. The game's never over. Wisp Tiny, like, we played against a Wisp Tiny troll one game, and they took our base with backdoor on. It was ridiculous. But I mean, this is what happens when you let Wisp Tiny get like one win fight. Like they just push down mid. Base. I think they even take our tier 3 right here. It's either here or the next fight that they just take a tier 3, like basically as fast as possible. But yeah, back to farming. This is the kind of game. It's all going to revolve around the Roche Pit. It's just back to farming. Both teams are kind of like, if one of us gets caught out, it's GG, or not GG, but like we're at a severe disadvantage. And then right when I say that, we do the exact same thing we did earlier. I'll even rewind it for you guys. Where we go on a target, where we get antsy. We go on a target, that we didn't have to go on. Like we have, like, look at our late game. We have a Lion as our weakest, or Chin as our weakest late game, and Chin X is actually ridiculous. So we see this Clockwork, and our thought process was like, apparently we just need to kill this guy, but they have a Wisp Tiny, so we go on this Clockwork.
Hand of God.
Eventually, and I use my ulti, but he has a blade mail, so they can't even, like, they burst him down, but Lion kills himself. I actually want to see how Brax dies. Oh, Brax dies because he stays too long. He should have definitely left after that. But we get the Clockwork for a 3-for-1. That's the kind of stuff that's just really crippling. And then I think I managed to be an idiot and get picked off top. I thought that they were going to be taking longer. Okay, so Meepo immediately TP'd. I thought he TP'd bottom, honestly. I really did. So I thought I could just get this creep and then get out. And I was about to blink, like, right there. And then I just get sheeped and die. That was just really stupid of me. I could have BKB'd, but Meepo's slow goes through BKB. So I didn't think it was worth BKBing because my chances of getting out were very unlikely. But yeah, that was a really stupid decision on my part. Like, my team all got picked off, and then I just kind of added fuel to the fire by getting myself picked off as well. So back to fast forwarding. Bunch of big engagements in this game. I'm curious about the graph. Yeah, that about sums that up. That's how important those 3 deaths plus mine were. Like, look at that shit. We were so far ahead. And, I mean, it's really not that far ahead in a game like this. But, oh my god! Holy shit. Are you kidding? That's all my kill right there. That's how big of a deal that was. Holy moly. I didn't actually even realize that. That is those 3 deaths plus me dying is a 15k XP swing. And a Roche. That was a huge mistake. Those are the kind of things that, like, if we're playing against, like, top tier teams, we will lose because of those kind of decisions. Like, don't get me wrong, the team we played against today was a good team. They're just not like EG, you know. Neither are we. So at this point, I think I dominated the creep that gives ice armor. Maybe that was later, but that creep's also very useful. So yeah, I did end up going butterfly. I bought out for it. So I'll go ahead and rewind here. So I'm knowing exactly when big engagements are going down. So I didn't notice that the Wisp had a Ghost Scepter. That was really my bad again. I'm a scrub. Against Wisp Tiny, you always want to burst down the Wisp. So I bleak out the Wisp. She has a Ghost. I turn around and actually focus this Meepo. I think this Meepo was a little overzealous. But he had cheese. He didn't even have Aegis on the Meepo. So yeah, I mean, that Phoenix Egg just doing work. So we actually chase here. This is the power of Troll with a Blink Dagger, Sanj and Yasha phase. There's no running. So I think I managed to catch the clock. There you go. I'm actually curious about net worth. It's probably an important thing to look at. Tiny's actually beating me. That doesn't surprise me at all, but... Yeah, I mean, this about sums up the game, though. Like, Tiny and Meepo, me, and then, like, my entire team, and everyone else is just poor as fuck. So that was a pretty big hold for us. They had Aegis and Cheese, and we managed to hold, but I think that came more down to the fact that the Meepo was a little too over-aggressive, and we got the egg off. Like, the fact that they weren't able to kill the egg was pretty huge. That egg does so much damage, and it also stuns through BKB. So I thought maybe we could get this kill on Wisp Tiny with me and Lion coming. We thought we'd go for it, but we thought that they must have seen us somewhere. Even though they don't end up having a ward, that's just kind of them playing safely by going the way they did. And the only reason we debated that kill was because 3 of their heroes were dead, and it would have had to be quick, like before they came back to life. When do I break out the micro and dominate the Frost Armor creep? I hope it's here, because I know I do it. That's actually a pretty big deal. That Frost Armor does so much work. Is it here? Sick. It's 8 armor. I think it's 8. Is it 7? 8 armor. Yeah, it's 8 armor, and then it like move speed slow of 30% and attack speed slow of 20% for whoever attacks you. That's actually so good. I don't know why I don't do that more. Lasts for 45 seconds too, for people who don't use this creep very much. So I gotta be careful. I just GTFO, because if they go on me and I die, like, I don't think yeah, they do go on me. I think I just BKB and get out. Yeah. At that point, that was either a 5 or a 6 second charge. Yeah, it looks like that was a 6 second charge. So that's not the best, but hey, it's totally worth popping your BKB to not die. But that's what I was afraid of. If the Clockwork goes on me and they could have followed me up, or followed him up with the other, maybe like a Blink Meepo plus Wisp Tiny, that would be really scary. I apologize, guys. I'm really tired. But this game, it's really, or this point in time, once again, it's kind of just the passive farm game. It looks like they're trying to force mid. I don't, like, at this point, you don't, like, they have an Aegis, so they really want to use it. I think it's up in like 45 seconds. They also have a DD Meepo, and we saw this. We didn't see it until they come mid, but this ward helps us see that. Which, this is a very useful ward.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So that's about as scary as I can get. We know the Aegis is up in like 30 seconds. But DD Meepo plus a Tiny with an Aegis, that just shows Tiny just like 5-sharded our tier 3. Another big engagement about to come out. Meepo's DD is almost running out, we know this. It's almost out. And we know Tiny's Aegis is about to run out as well. I think it's 39.50 it runs out. I'm not 100% sure. But they take our racks, there's really nothing we can do about it. So I go on the back and go on the Meepo. Like I feel like I should. I think Meepo is just the most damaged compared to how easy he is to kill. So that's who I go for. And this just shows trying to man up on a Tiny with Troll. So I got sent back by Chin, which was really nice. And the Wisp TP'd the Tiny out because they were the only two left after that. I mean, the Disruptor was alive, but he doesn't really do anything after his ulti's off. So obviously the Wisp comes back and we kill her. At this point I buy Boots of Travel. I think the mobility is super important at this stage in the game. I don't have any other slot for a TP. So now we just need to push out mid. Because they have 3 dead. I think this is the one we force back like 3 buybacks. Because we're going to be pushing their base. Yeah, my team goes to push bottom. Man, it must be another fight later that we forced 3 buybacks. Whoops. Must be next Roche. Man, all these fights blend together. So my team's telling me to be careful. I thought I was okay, but it is definitely better to be safe than sorry at this point in time. And right when I say that, I think either this or the like sooner rather than later is when I get picked off. I think it's right here. Yeah, I get picked off right here for sure. No, is it not? Nope. I'm really stupid. I end up getting picked off right here. It looks like they smoked up. We actually take this fight. So I'll go and rewind just to see the initiation of this fight. So they see our Chin and they go on him straight up, which I don't know if this is the best idea. That Chin's pretty tanky with Ags plus a mech. So we just BKB, go on the supports. That's like the biggest thing. I don't even BKB yet, but I didn't need to. So now I BKB and man up on this Tiny. That's the power of Troll with bashes. Like half the time he's just dead. He's just getting bashed. We managed to clear the entire team. You see the power of Phoenix. Like, okay, I say the power of how strong Phoenix Egg is. So good. So I immediately, like, I'm really low, and I just TP back to base, or I go back to base to regen health because I have Boots of Travel. That's what Boots of Travel are good for. I was about to say the power of Boots of Travel. So yeah, this is when we force the 3 buybacks. We don't really want to force anything into their team because just any little mistake could just straight up cost us the game. So forcing 3 buybacks was a pretty big deal already. So we just GTFO. We debate about going in. We think it might be a good opportunity, but then we just back up. Fake backing is always a thing. We just want to set up for the next Roshan. That's like the next big thing. Like in Pro Dota, there's so much that revolves around the Roshan pit. Like that's all it is. It's actually pretty hilarious, especially in this meta where you have so many heroes that are popular that could just like take Roshan in a matter of seconds. Like Troll, Jug, and even Tiny. So I just go farm out bottom, I think. Just want to keep our lanes pressured, take control of this side of the map. That's pretty important. I have my ice armor creep doing the scouting. That guy lums around like a boss. Look at him. Hadoosh. So I go and plant him in the Roche pit. As our way of scouting, they have a clockwork. Oh! I purposely wasn't looking. This is me being an idiot. So I get caught out one time because I feel like I literally was like, I'm gonna throwing axe this from range, and then I accidentally use my melee, and I'm like, I'll just walk into it anyway and get the melee axes off. What do you know? Blink sheep dead. That was me being retarded. Not much else to say. We can't lose map control at this point in game. If we do, it's just almost game over because they'll guarantee to get Roche. So I asked my team, do I buy back? And they said yes, even though Roche is not up yet. If they had complete map control, like de-warded us all over here, like just took this entire area, then we would be at a severe disadvantage comparatively. So we just had I had to get back. I had to come back. That was the big deal. I'm also like half of our damage and almost all our threat, because even if I'm not the one that's the threat, like me ulting for the storm is a pretty big deal. I guess this is how strong freaking Troll is late game. I had no idea I was this far behind him in net worth. I mean, I know I had to buy back, but oh, this tiny got. Yeah, MKB, soak your ass. BKB, wow, he's farmed with 5k gold. I wonder why he didn't buy a Manta. Pretty sure he'd have buyout. Yeah, he had buyout. I'm surprised he didn't buy a Manta. So once again, just go on the squishy supports in the background. Storm plus me, just going on the Wisp and the Disruptor. It's huge that Disruptor did not get an ulti off. So we basically just cleaned house right there. We were gonna go for Roche, but at that point it doesn't even matter. So we just immediately start pushing mid. I believe we actually just thrown them here. I believe this is GG. They already bought back. Took a relatively ballsy fight on their part, and here we are pushing their X. So pretty much a GG. The biggest thing that I had was a couple big misplays, but like what people don't realize is if you have like a Wisp Tiny and like a Disruptor, you don't go on these three heroes. You go on the Disruptor and the Wisp. They're like the huge threats that you want to take care of. How does he not notice that? Why is there a boulder rolling across the screen? The power of every 20 seconds 2015. So at this point, yeah, I mean we just committed to pushing their base, and I'm a troll, so my physical damage is ridiculous. I just hit their fountain in one, or not hit their fountain, hit their ancient. So that was game 3. The fourth game was kind of a stomp. That was the sniper game. Oh, what's going on? Why is it loading another game? That's the power of Twitch chat. Go back where I died to see the boulder. Is this the same game? What game is this? Is this a sniper game? Why did it randomly start a game? No, this is the same game. What the fuck? Okay, so we're gonna go back to where I died, because apparently there's a boulder rolling across the screen. Is this the one right before the game ends? Yeah, so we need to go back to here. That's okay, so I died, so it's about right here. Maybe it's not gonna be there anymore. It might have been a glitch. Okay, so boulder rolling across the screen. This is what the entertainment value is. Yeah, must have been a glitch in the last game, unless it's there again. Scepter on Phoenix is okay. I don't think it's that great, though. You can use plus and minus? Can you really? Oh my god, thank you, dude. I didn't know that. Shit. Thank you so much, whoever commented that. That's kind of shit, I don't know. Was glitched, it's not there anymore. Damn it. I guess I'll have to go back and look on my VOD. Yeah, that's definitely what the VOD is for. I want my money back. But who was Boulder? The start when you clicked play replay, you click ISO to play the replay when you exit the first one, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. Thank you guys for the power of Boulder 2015. 2015. Okay, guys. So I'll give you guys the option now. This straw poll I'll actually listen to because I really don't have a preference. This is gonna be the last thing I do tonight. Okay, this straw poll I will actually listen to your guys' answers. I just from what people were saying and the fact that it was only like a third of the people, I really didn't think that you guys would want to see that. Faceless Void is really underwhelming. He relies on too many items. Like, even the game that Universe played Void today, where EG beat Cloud9, like, the Void was like 0-0-1 at like 25 minutes. Not because Universe is bad. The hero just lost its muster, I guess, is the problem. Like, he just doesn't do enough anymore. Okay, people want me to queue. That's an overwhelming percentage. So I'll play one more game. That's a pretty overwhelming percentage. Oh! Sick. I got a $2 donation from Simtex saying, there's not a lot of consistent analytical content in Dota. I'm happy I found your channel. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate that a lot. What are your thoughts on Luna? I think she's just too weak in lane and it doesn't scale well enough against heroes that are popular right now. Like Troll just mans up on her and kills her. Juggernaut just mans up on her and kills her. That team picks Omni Knight a lot, and we're not very good against Omni right now. We haven't played enough. It takes a lot of coordination and a lot of strategy more to play against Omni. I hope we see me at TI5 too. Offlane PL, like I said, I've been asked this a lot, but you must have not been there. I'm gonna wait. I don't think it's good, but I'm gonna wait until Ice does it because he says it's good, and I want to see what he does with it. Techies are right, dude. I'll get hyped over any donation, man. The guy, like, it's not just the donation. Usually people donate because they want to say something nice, and he had something nice to say, and I appreciate that a lot. It helps me a lot when I know that you guys appreciate what I'm doing. Thank you, Fear 217 or 2017. But yeah, same thing about offlane PL. I feel like the hero needs a lot of items, so I'm curious to see what people do with it. I feel like without a diffusal, he's worthless, and I don't know how you get the farm in the offlane. SNY bots could be legit for Luna. Like, I actually like Boots of Travel on almost anybody, but I don't know. I just feel like Luna's underwhelming. I don't feel like she does enough without a lot of items. All mod applications will be done in the next 2 weeks. I have not looked at any of them because I have been so busy, and I apologize. But I can only say by about 2.5 weeks from now, when I get out of school, I will 100% have looked at them. But I can't guarantee when. It's just it's like something that needs to be done, but it is of like the 20th priority compared to everything else. We have to win qualifiers for sure to get to TI5. I think we'll be in the qualifiers though. Yeah, if you're not like EG, I'm pretty sure we just have to win the qualifiers. SF's so popular right now because you have to shut him down, and he wins his lane for the most part, other than against like Sniper. So he's just really hard to deal with. Yule's on SS legit. It gives so much solo kill potential. Literally, I got picked up by the new team because Demon messaged me on Skype saying, "You want to play?" And I said, "Okay." I always think Yule's is too strong. I think it's just so good. They used to be even better back when the recipe was cheaper, but It just offers so much utility for almost every hero that like could buy it. Like when I say almost every hero, I feel like 80% of heroes can like get away with buying a Yule's. I don't think Luna's a good tri-laner anymore. I think the nature of tri-lanes has just changed. Let me subscribe to your channel. Like I said, subscriptions will be up by the end of the week. They said 2 to 3 business days from Friday, so whenever that is. I think we got a chance for sure in the Summit 3 qualifiers. I think we're one of the better teams in them, but at the same time, like that's why you have to play. You know, it's not just you don't just walk in and get it because they think you're the best team. So I think that we definitely have a shot, but we'll have to see when we get there. Ouch, Merlini's better than me. That hurts. I'm not disagreeing with you. You just had like that for you to just say that. Yeah, I'm a 4th year engineer right now. Thanks for the congratulations on the win. Yes, that actually is Demon's Skype name. Are you serious? Ghost Scepter Rush on Slark? Oh, man. Yeah, you can email me on Twitch if you really want to be a mod. I'll probably only take about 5 or 10 of you, so the fact that there's about 50 already. I have no idea what's up with our team name. Don't ask me. I'm not an offlane player. I can play Batrider mediocrely, but I'm really just not an offlane player. Heroes like Batrider and offlane stuff, I'll probably play when I get a Smurf, and that's stuff I can win with. But as of now, my carry is going to be 4.2k MMR, and their carry is going to be 5k or higher. So if I go anything but carry, that's what's going to happen, and I'm going to lose. So, like, I can't play at a 6.4k MMR criteria. Like, I can't play that well if I'm not playing carry, because that's what I play. I haven't gotten to play this hero in a while, so I might just play him. Thoroughly enjoy Slark. If there is a message to me about modding, I will have seen it. I do check. Ursa is not picked because he has a lot of burst damage with his overpower, but without a blink he just gets kited, so he needs that. And then also, once you get the blink, if they have like a force staff and you can't burst down one guy, like you just don't offer much in team fights, and that's what makes him not good. So you told me not to say he's not good.
Your turn to pick.
That's what makes him not good right now. He's like so situational. He's almost better as a 4 position. I do love Ursa though. He's like one of my favorite heroes like to play. Team Leviathan's pretty decent. They're a solid tier 2 team. I am not at a very good MMR right now. I'm only at 63 something because I keep losing. Blink Hex on Ursa is very good. I'd like to. Yeah, that MMR is not updated. My MMR right now is this because I can't seem to win a game. So I appreciate it. I don't get Blink on Slark anymore. I think it's just worse than Lothar's, honestly. It costs barely less and it doesn't give any damage. You'd watch me over Arteezy any day, but then you don't get to watch Arteezy like jam out to hardcore rap and shit. Thank you, man. Thank you for the congratulations. Why not Gold Scotty? It's honestly playing Slarker Troll. I actually haven't this is my first Slarker Troll game in like 10 games. Like, okay, we're gonna check. Here's my pub games: Spectre, Phantom Lancer, Magnus, Troll. Okay, there's a Troll game. Phantom Lancer, Slark. Okay. Wraith King, Phantom Lancer, Troll. Fair enough. I'm not very diverse. Jug, Drow, Husk, Phantom Lancer. I only have like 10 heroes I like to play, but fair enough, guys. Fair enough. Shots fired. Oh my god. Another $2 donation from Inject. And he says, "Hello, Banana. Take my money, please." I'd like to think you were giving it to me, but I guess I'll take it. That is what she said.